Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Everyone, and welcome to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast. And today we will be talking about how your emotions affect your ability to manifest your goals. Good morning. We have Allie in the house, and we are live Tuesday mornings on W4WN, talk4tv.com, and my YouTube channel. And we can be heard, the podcast can be heard on iHeart, Apple, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon, and many more. As I was saying, today we're going to be talking more about how your emotions affect your ability to manifest. Did you ever find yourself struggling to move towards your goals, but you feel stuck or unsure about what you want to manifest or how to manifest? It's common to face these obstacles. But have you ever considered your emotions could be affecting your ability to manifest? Your emotions play a crucial role in the manifestation process. They can either propel you towards your goal or hold you back from achieving them. Join me as we go deeper into this topic today and provide practical tips on how to overcome emotional barriers. Learn how to navigate your emotions and use them to your advantage so that you can live an inspired and empowered life. Hi, I'm your host, Nancy Deutsch. I'm a licensed clinical social worker for over 30 years and an intuitive breakthrough expert. And I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuitive abilities to transform and inspire women's lives. This show is not a replacement for therapy or counseling. So I want to talk about, first, let's talk about emotions and the power of your emotions and how your emotions can transform your life by either helping you to propel you towards your goals or keeping you stuck from them. My motto is, in order to heal, you need to feel. And once you feel, you can manifest. So you want to be able to really connect with your emotions in order to be in the manifestation process. And being in that manifestation process, first let me talk about goals, and so that we're all on the same page. What I want to support you in doing is having clear goals, very clear goals, so that you know what you're moving towards. The goals are your guideposts. Now, you don't want to be really rigid toward them, and you don't want to be too loose about them. Like if you don't have clarity and your emotions can keep you from getting the clarity around your goals. So it's really important that in order to gain more clarity about what your goals are, you want to be able to clear your emotions around them. And because ultimately you want your goals to be coming from your heart, to be coming from your soul. When your goals are aligned with your heart and your soul, you are in alignment to move towards your highest and greatest good and your destiny. I really believe that. And so, what's going to be really important for you is to be able to clear any emotions, whether they be the fears, the disappointments of past, perhaps failures, or discouragement, or grief, or anger or frustration that they haven't happened yet. All those energies can keep you from clarity in your goals and moving towards them. So, the first thing is really to work on clearing the decks, clearing anything that would keep you from gaining the clarity towards your goals. And the way that I am going to define goals, your goals are your aim. It's what you are moving towards. If you could imagine right now with me a bullseye. And you have your bullseye, and your goal is right in the center of that bullseye. And that's what you want to move towards. Now, what I'm going to support you in doing, once you become clear on your goals, once you clear the emotions that keep you from having that clarity, I am going to support you to create an affirmation or a visualization and imagine putting that in the bullseye. So that's what you're moving towards, that bullseye. Okay. Now, what happens, and I'm going to do my quick Psych 101 lesson. Now, your conscious mind is that part of you that says, yes, that's what I want to manifest. And if you're not clear on a conscious level, that's also, I see the question and I'm going to answer it in a short second. So if you want to move towards that goal and you have your conscious mind focused on that goal, but you're not clear, that's where you need to get the clarity and clear the emotions. Then the second thing is, your conscious mind is the power of you to make those decisions, the power of you to get the clarity and have the clarity to move towards those goals. Your subconscious mind, every moment, every second, every breath that you have had has been recorded in your subconscious mind. So any limiting beliefs, any emotions, any trauma that is affecting you from your goals, affecting you from manifesting, and affecting you from gaining the clarity is in your subconscious mind. Now, you may have some conscious awareness, but you may not have all the conscious awareness. So you need to get clarity on what's going on in that subconscious mind of yours and clear and heal it. And then you have your superconscious mind, which is your higher self, this wise, unconditionally loving part of you, your soul, and your source self, that part of you that is connected to God or the universe, and you have angels and guides and beings of light or the higher energies that are here to support you to move towards your goals, especially when they're in alignment with your soul and your destiny. So I saw the question and I want to get back to the question. Thank you. So, what is a good way to know you are on the way to the correct goal? So, a good way to know that you are on the way to the correct goal. First, I was talking about clarity. You want to have that clarity by, you have clarity when you're really clear. This is what I want to move towards. Like, I'll give you an example from my own life. I grew up with a lot of trauma, and that trauma created PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I had anxiety, depression, and the trauma. And I knew that I wanted more. I knew that I wanted to help people. I knew that I wanted a better life, but I didn't know how, and I wasn't clear. And so what I did was I kept on working through the trauma. I kept on working through the issues that kept me from getting the clarity. And now I'm moving forward with the bullseye of three goals. I'm going to support you in having three goals you want to manifest. When you have clarity about your goals, that's one key that you know that you're moving towards the correct goals. Now, how do you know if they're ego or soul? Sometimes you know, and sometimes you don't. So let's say if you have there's a certain level of inner knowing, a deep level of knowing and feeling or sensing that you're moving towards a certain goal. You feel it's coming from this deep level of you. Like if you have a really deep passion to help people and you find a way to help people. And here's the thing, your way of helping people may be very different than someone else's because it's your way. And it also may seem very similar. But know that you are you. You are unique unto you. And no one can do what you do in the exact way you do it. And so it doesn't matter if there are other people doing it. It's about you moving towards it. So now, what I want to support you in doing is to continue to clear the energies. And when you feel like there is an alignment, a body, mind, emotions, and spirit alignment, you're moving towards a goal. And you can also ask, is this goal for my highest and greatest good? Because sometimes you get really excited and you feel like, oh, this is it. This is it. And then you lose passion or you manifest it and it's not really what you want. Now, know that there's no loss here. It's only to gain, because then you realize this isn't what you want. You want to move. So you try or you work on moving towards what's going to find. When you have the emotions of your soul or the higher energies, aspects of yourself, which are peace, love, joy, gratitude, then you're on the path of moving towards your correct goal. And even if you're not totally there, every step you take is a step towards you moving towards a goal that's going to support you in creating and manifesting your heart's desires and the dreams your soul dreams for you. So hopefully that helped you to answer that question. And that person who asked the question, thank you for the question. And if you have any other questions around that, let me know. So, and if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask your questions. And if there's anything else you'd like me to add or anything else you'd like to know. So in my life, what I was going to say was that I had all this trauma and I needed to do the clearing, and I did the deeper clearing. And as I did the deeper clearing, I started gaining more and more clarity towards the goals. And I got the vision of inspired and empowered living. I had some help with the branding, and I knew that I wanted, and this was way back in 2013. I believe it was around 2013. And I was working with somebody and she was helping me. And I knew that I was going to be doing this show. And I was like, what should I call it? And I didn't know. I wasn't clear. And so I kept doing clearing the energy. And then I met with her and it landed. And we really came together because what I realized that I was doing with the clients that I was working with was helping them create an inspired and empowered life. And that was what I was moving towards. And so that's what happens when you start clearing your energies, your emotions. It opens the way for you gaining the clarity on what your heart and your soul is saying. And again, even if you get an idea, the first thing that I'm going to support you in doing is if you get an idea and you can learn how to sit with it and breathe and just kind of tune in and ask yourself, is this idea, is this goal, is it for my highest good? And know that your highest good and everyone's highest good are all linked together. So if you sit and really become clear and meditate, is this something? And you also want to tune in, is this something that you feel passionate about? That it makes you feel alive? Because you want to move towards those things that inspire you so that you can feel empowered to move forward. You want to feel that passion and aliveness towards it. Those are also keys and clues that it's coming from a soul level. Now, you may take steps towards it and it may not happen as fast as you would like. It may not happen at all the way you like, or you may feel stuck. Now, all those situations, emotions may be affecting you from being able to move forward towards that inspiration. We'll call it your inspiration, your inspired goal. And it's going to be really important for you to tune in to yourself, to understand and to feel, to acknowledge that there may be subconscious blocks that would keep you from moving towards your inspired goal. So what you want to do is you want to take a breath and you want to tune in and breathe. And your body is an amazing, really helping you, amazing tool, vehicle to help you tune in to the emotions that may stop you from your manifestations. So, what you want to do is let's take a somebody from who's on the chat. What is a goal or a manifestation you would really love to manifest? Give me an idea of something that you would love to manifest, and I'd love to use that as an example. So, anybody want to give me an idea of publishing a book? Oh, great. Okay, cool. So, great example. So, here is you have your goal is publishing your book. That's on the target. Now, remember, I said your target, your inspired goal is publishing the book. It's the target. And then what happens is you want to stay on target, but you start veering off your subconscious mind. Let's say you have distractions that keep you from writing the book. You can't publish it until you write it. Or let's say you feel depressed or you're feeling anxious and you can't even calm yourself down enough to write the book. Or you say to yourself, I know I want to publish this book, but who wants to hear what I have to say? Or, you know what? I don't know if what I have to say is good enough. So maybe some of you can relate to some of those things. And if I haven't covered it, if I haven't covered that, then you can add yours in. So you have all these limiting beliefs connected to that goal, that inspired goal. And your job is to get in touch with the limiting belief and the emotion. Somebody just asked, wait, put that up yet. What if you don't get to doing it? Okay, so if you don't get to doing that book, I am going to venture to say that there is some kind of energetic block. So whether it's publishing the book, losing weight, moving towards the business that you want, creating the finances, creating the healthy body, moving forward and in an entrepreneurial career, or just moving forward in your life, or creating that relationship you always wanted, whether you're already in one or you want to find one. All of those are the goals of your heart, your soul that want that for you. But if you're feeling the stuckness or if you're not getting to it, okay, so I'm going to ask you to hold that question. I'm going to get back to it because I want to finish. But thank you for that other question. I will keep answering those questions. So if you really want to move towards that goal of publishing the book, but the distractions keep happening, what you need to ask yourself is, if you could breathe and you take a breath, and now this is for any goal, and seeing what, like if you say, publishing that book is what I want. That's what I want. Or if you know that you're getting distracted, you could say, okay, what's going on in my body? Where am I feeling distracted? And really tune in to see if there's a place where that distraction or that there's some kind of blockage. So for example, let's say you tune in and when you tune in to the place where you're feeling distracted, it's your stomach, and you start feeling the fear. So it's what you always wanted, and there's fear in the way. Now, fear doesn't mean you should stop, because when it's a goal from your heart and your soul, you're going to have to overcome obstacles. You will have to overcome challenges, because you need to be the consciousness. You need to be that person who is moving towards that goal. And so you're going to need to overcome the obstacles and the challenges that would keep you from that manifestation, like publishing the book. So you want to get clear what is distracting you. So if the fear is distracting you, what I would suggest is, what are the fears? Is it fear of success? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of not being good enough? So what is it that would keep you from that inspired goal, your inspired manifestation? So that's really important in order for you to keep moving towards your inspired goal, and to clear anything that would keep you from it. Really understanding what are the emotions. And a way to do that is connecting with your body. Another way of doing that is through journaling or writing. Writing at the top what blocks me from my inspired goal of publishing a book, or the reason why I'm distracted and not even writing is, and see how that flows and what happens. And I want to tell you, I'm really excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a masterclass. And my masterclass is 3 essential tools to profoundly increase your confidence and success. Discover the #1 key to clearing your money and success blocks. Make your best business decisions based on your inner wisdom. And the #1 way to gain confidence to increase your visibility, income, and success. And this is for women coaches, healers, therapists, and entrepreneurs. So join me tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. And the link, Rebels posted the link in the chat. And the link is inspired and empowered living.com/masterclass. And join us for the 3 essential tools to profoundly increase your confidence and success. So register for the masterclass at inspiredandempoweredliving.com/masterclass. And I really look forward to having you join us. Thank you. So, Rebel, please post the next question. Why do we do for everyone else, but don't get to for ourselves? So, if you are a giver and you're always giving to everyone and you're not giving to you, like, for example, that inspired goal You want to really manifest that inspired goal, but you're too busy giving to everyone else. So it distracts you from being able to do the writing so that you can finish your book. Then you want to really connect with what keeps you from giving to yourself. Now, as a giver, and this, many women, I'm going to generalize. There are men who are givers, believe me. There are many men who are givers, but in general, women have always been the givers. They are the ones who give in relationships to their partners. They give in relationship to their friends. They give in relationship to their children. And a lot of times there's not enough energy left for them. And even if you don't have a family, you may tend to give to your friends, or you may tend to give to your parents. You may be a caretaker. Maybe you're this sandwich generation in between the parents and the kids, or the parents, or you may be a caretaker in another way, and you don't get to yourself. And so what I want to support you is to remember that the most important thing that you can do is to learn to give to you. Because if you don't give to yourself and you start feeling drained, even burnt out, then you won't have enough in your cup to really give from your heart. And so if you are feeling depleted and burnt out or drained because you're giving so much, or maybe you even feel angry. I've had many clients who get really angry at their partners or their kids, whether they're little children or adult children, and they get angry. Why don't they get it? And then I say, have you ever asked? And they say, no, I haven't. So they're getting angry, but they haven't asked. So take, for example, Jolene. Jolene was someone who she was really angry at her partner, at her husband. And she's like, why doesn't he ever help me? Why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? And I said to her, have you ever asked him for the help? No, he should know it. No, he shouldn't. No one's a mind reader. And so if you're feeling that drained feeling, that burnt out feeling, I'm going to ask you, and if you're giving too much, I'm going to ask you to ask yourself a few things. Have you asked for help and support from the people in your life? Have you learned to say no and set your boundaries? Have you learned to be able to take care of yourself first before others? Now, there's a very real thing, like if you have really young kids, okay, you need to take care of the kids. However, there's ways to find time for you. Perhaps it's before the kids get up or after they go to sleep. Or you may need to schedule caretaker time. So whether you're a caretaker of children or parents or any kind of person, you need time for you. And you may need help, whether it's an aide or a close friend who can watch or do like childcare shares. Really find creative ways of taking care of yourself. Going to be really important for you to be able to do that self-care. So crucial. And I'm going to remind you, on the airplanes now, they say put the oxygen mask on yourself first, even before the kids. Now, what I hope is the more you fill yourself up, the more valuable you will be for your children. So, and having young children, it's going to be a balancing act, or having children that have special needs, or having adults with special needs. I mean, listen, life, whatever you're juggling, whether it's a job, caretaking needs, because if your job is taking over, you also need to learn how to balance and juggle that too. It's really learning how to balance yourself, how to balance your needs along with everybody else's needs, so that self-care is your priority always. And listen, I get caught up. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm always going and doing, and there's always not enough time in the day. And yet, and I'm learning to get better and better at my self-care too. And it's really asking yourself this is a daily task, okay? I'm assigning all of you this daily task. And let me know if you're completing it on YouTube, or on, you can let me know in the chat next week or next time we are live. And the task is, and this is an important one, what self-care am I doing today for me? What self-care am I doing today for me? And I really want to support all of you in doing the self-care, because that is the beginning. Because a lot of the emotions that you may be feeling that are blocking you from the manifestation may be coming from self-care that you're not doing. And the more that you start doing the self-care, the more you start moving forward. So we have a question: how much time do we need to give to self-care to start? So it really depends on you. Depends on you. Even if you can start with 5 minutes. Now, I would want to support you, like 5 minutes of breathing, 5 minutes of meditating, and work your way up to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a half an hour. An hour. It depends on how much you can fit in. I mean, ideally, 15, 20 minutes, meditation or journaling or being in touch. And then ask yourself, what step can I take towards my goal? Is there a step? Now, that step may be to clear your emotions, being in the self-care, to move you towards that inspired goal. You may need to start with the self-care before you can even start writing, let's say, going back to the book. If you get into the self-care, training yourself to the self-care habit, or you may need to say to yourself, right now, my self-care is writing, taking 15, 20 minutes and half an hour to write, to start my day. Now, you may want to start with something called the morning pages. Julia Cameron wrote a book called The Artist's Way. And in the book, she talked about the morning pages. And so when you get up in the morning, and if like you're not feeling that creative, this is all self-care. This is a really important self-care activity. So you just journal for 3 pages. Just let it out. You're doing a mind dump, brain dump, morning dump of all the stuff that you need to let out on those 3 pages. And then what you find is by the end, letting out all the feelings, letting out all the fears, all the things that would keep you. And you can even say, what keeps me from moving towards publishing my book or even writing my book is, and just let it flow and let the energy flow, clearing the energy through the morning pages is a really powerful tool to help get you into the creative process and move towards your creative project. So the morning pages is really a powerful tool, and it's a great book. Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way. If you want to create more or be more artistic, or you have any creative talents that you want to amplify, that may be a book that you would really like to get. So The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And then, so the self-care activity is really up to you, but start with even a few minutes a day and start working your way up. 5 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20. And I have a meditation that the inspired and empowered living.com/meditation. And that meditation is an intuitive decision-making meditation. And that can also help you clear the decks. It can help you to get into that, to clear your energy, to connect with your higher self that will move you towards your inspired goal, and to be able to ask what step you can take. So inspired and empowered living.com/meditation, meditation, inspired and empowered living.com/meditation for the intuitive decision-making meditation that can really help you clear your energy so that you're moving towards your inspired goals. That's what it's all about. So we really talked about being able to do the things that, and this is the beginning, to get in touch, to gain the clarity that you need towards your goals by clearing your emotions that would stop you from gaining the clarity. And we talked about being able to really work with your body and connect with any emotions that may be giving you messages that would block you, and the limiting beliefs, clearing those limiting beliefs and emotions. And we talked about the importance of self-care and how not doing the self-care activities can bring up a lot of emotions that would keep you from moving towards your inspired goals. So all of these are ways that it's beginning to have a practice, beginning to find what's going to inspire you in the morning. Whether it's the morning pages or meditation, the intuitive decision-making meditation, or it's being able to allow yourself to find that quiet time. Maybe it's going out in nature. All of these are tools to move you towards your manifestations. And we're going to talk next week more on Actually, not next week. Next week it'll be in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll be talking more about how your emotions may be affecting your manifestation of your goals, of your dreams. And I really want to wish you an inspired and empowered day and an inspired and empowered week or couple of weeks. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.